Hello friends, and welcome back to DK64. Well, we've gotten through the first half of World 1, we got 11 golden bananas already in our possession, and now it's time we make our way to World 2. Yes. Now, we are only 2 Kongs of 5 right now, but thankfully in World 2 we will be able to get 2 other members into our party, 2 other Kongs will get freed, but we won't be making our way... Oh, I can control Diddy, but we won't be making our way back to World 1 for just a bit anyways. Normally when I play this, I wait till I get to World 3, and I don't normally try to do all of World 3 right off the bat. I know that we get the last Kong in World 3, but normally I go and get the Kong, and then I actually book my way back to World 1, because I want to try to get everything that is in every world, and just keep progressing, like, slowly but surely. Like, it comes down to what I was saying before, just systematically going through all of the level layout, and just doing that with every Kong is... just the way I like to do things. Oh, that's not gonna work. Come on. Just bash your head into the gong, Diddy! There we go. Now this unveils a bonus barrel. There will be a lot of golden bananas hiding behind those bonus barrels with various mini-games. Now, I'm fairly certain that... Yes. So that is going to be something that only Tiny Kong can access. That is one of the Kongs we will be freeing from this portal. And that's something that tends to happen in the early levels. It's Kongs from later levels will have things in the lobby area to get, like golden bananas and all that. Oh hey, it's the armadillo we just crushed. I'm sorry, Master. He was too quick for me, but I'll get him next time.
Imbecile. I don't like failure. Do you know what happens to failures?
I don't even know what K. Rool would have said in that case, but must have been pretty scary. Hey, you don't want these flea-bitten monkeys to ruin your plans. You should do a better job at making sure we don't meddle in them. Alright, well here we are, World 2, one of my favorites, Angry Aztec. Gonna get into the desert-themed level. Okay, but we can't access that part right off the bat. We will need Kong number 5, Chunky Kong. Now we can access that one with DK, which I might swing back in a moment to get. Alright. And here we go. Yes, this is a llama that is trapped in the cage. Eventually we will free said llama. Listen to me! The key to my freedom lies in the clouds! As you could tell, there was a bunch of yellow bananas there. That is your first hint. And now we have another Kong store here. The lovely Candy Kong. And of course, as is one of the traditions in Donkey Kong related media, music. And that's one thing I really do like about all of the Donkey Kong games in general. And this has nothing to do with what we're just about to get here from Candy, which is a musical instrument for every Kong. But just the music in general seems to be a overarching theme of a lot of Donkey Kong games. So now we have a musical instrument that is not only used for unlocking things, but can just destroy every enemy on screen. It's a little broken if you decide to use it. So there will be plenty of applications for musical instrument unlocks later on. Now one thing too is we have to actually stop by with every Kong in order to get a musical instrument for each Kong. So, welcome back, Donkey Kong. Oops. Also, I did kind of scroll by in Candy's text there that in purchasing the musical instrument with the first Kong, we also do get a extra watermelon health upgrade. So there we go. Now Donkey Kong has the DK bongos. Oh, yeah, I'll just skip that because she just gives the same explanation every time. A very archaic concept of every member of the party having to stop by to get the object of purchase, but hey, it's just how the game is. Okay, there we go. Go, donkey. There we go. So yes, I do have to do. Oh, come on. Now, pretty soon, I am going to have to start doing a bunch of, like, Kong... Oh, that's Diddy Kong. Never mind. I'm going to have to start... Stop messing around. What do you think I'm trying to do? I'm trying to free you. Impatient llama. Yes, I will have to start swapping between Kongs quite frequently in order to do things. And it's natural for me, I mix up which direction goes left and which direction goes right. But eventually, I will get all the things. It is a slow but fun process, as it were. So as we got... Oh, of course. So, yeah, funny little gimmick. Using the instrument on the edge of the pad doesn't register it. Okay. So we've unlocked the next portion of this level, but I am gonna take some time. And just go back with DK. Yeah, there we go. You want to move it right, you swing it left. Now there was this section back here that I did need to... There we go, that works. Haha. Who needs an aiming reticle? Apparently I do. There we go. Okay, so I do need to get DK's power-up. Okay. So every Kong, and it's another one of those things where it's like, I like how it's kind of the same for each Kong. They get one, we'll say like, ability, or like, power, so to speak, like Diddy's, Chimpy Charge is one, I'm trying to do that. Donkey Kong will get an ability to, push, or pull levers. Right side, there we go. And every Kong will get something like that. Every Kong gets an ability that is relevant to the use of a pad, like DK's a barrel that you saw there. Oh yes, this is Kong number 3 that will be rescuing Tiny Kong. Sorry guys, I'm afraid they got me too. Well, don't worry, I'm going to save you. But like every Kong has like a pad power-up, a regular power-up, and a barrel power-up. Now, they naturally learn it throughout the game at different stages. So, like DK gets his pad power-up really early for the barrel blast, but then Tiny does not get her pad power-up until much later in the game. Like, I think even close to the last world. So, they're all learned at different paces, which is totally fine. Now, let's just see if I can... slowly but surely... just rapid fire until it works. This one... oh, I hated this one. Like that. This, again, might take me a few minutes. And in kind of a sad twist, I don't think I can, like, just hang on the edge to get over there, like kind of a little trick. I think it slides out from underneath you. Okay. Let's see if I can get this right. Alright, that's a... Oh, I got to the end, but I jinxed it. My goodness, any platforming with Diddy is going to be a bit of a struggle for me. I know I can do it. It's going to be a struggle, though. Alright, attempt number 3. Let's see how well this goes. I just have to make sure the camera's in, like, the right spot. Like, I can... Oh. Oh. Oh, it can work. Okay. No! That gave me forward momentum, and then it kept me from doing the flip. I was hoping to cartwheel myself up there at that point. I might actually just consider doing that then. Although... I'm gonna give it my best effort here. I'm gonna make sure I get over. Okay. Attempt number 4. Oh my goodness. Oh my, okay. Well, attempt number 4 was a failure. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna make this work. Wow. Okay. All right, next attempt. Let's get this right. Oh, come on, camera. Do I have to hire, like, Lakitu or something from Super Mario 64? Okay. So apparently I do have to get to the end there if I want to make that jump right, because I am not fast enough. And I just can't seem to run it. I am glad that a lot of other platforming sections in this game are not as precise as this. And I hate that every single one I've had to deal with so far is from Diddy Kong, who is the like one of the faster Kongs. And I just can't seem to get it. All right, in the interest of time, I'm just gonna skip ahead to when I get it. So give me a moment. This is taking a lot longer than I thought it would. A little bit of patience later and I got it. There we go. I knew I could do it. Alright, the sounds of the guitar bring in the sun to melt the ice. There we go. And apparently creates a little hot tub. Alright, but now that we're in, definitely don't want to forget any bananas. Oops, come on. Diddy, you know you need them. You need all of them. Diddy, I said all of them. One thing I do like about games where you have to collect objects, especially in a lot of the like early games where that was kind of the primary thing, is they make it easy to keep track. Because like they've got a bunch of like single bananas, they've got 5 banana bunches, and then they've got 10 banana balloons. It's very easy to, in theory, lose track of like single bananas. But what I like is that from the outside of the temple to in here, it was a straight line of 10 regular bananas. That was close. So it's like, as long as you followed the track, you were able to find each one. And you couldn't really lose track. Nice work, Diddy. Right then, I'll grab all the purple bananas I see. Alright, well, we've got Kong number 3. We have freed Tiny Kong, which is great. Tiny Kong actually is the Kong that I tend to use the most when I play this game. When I'm not specifically going for any golden bananas, like just going around a level. Kind of in a similar vein to why I like using Dixie Kong in the Donkey Kong Country games where you can use Dixie Kong. It's the ability to float, or just like float jump. I really like just like being able to get further jumps and like being able to dictate where you're able to land. Okay. Well, we are going to quickly say hello to Tiny Kong. 5 more golden bananas. Yep, I think Squawks does that for every Kong out of the tag barrel. Woohoo! Alright, so another instrument for Tiny Kong. We've got the saxophone. And of course, explanations are all the same, as is typical. That way we don't lose track. Oops. But we do get hit by sand. Okay, now, actually, better idea. I will use the 1 pad. We'll go back to the beginning, because I'm fairly certain there might be something in here for Tiny. Oh, of course, I just go right into the sand. Why not? Nope, that's just weapon. We'll just play a little head here and see. Just want to be sure. Because I want to try to get Tiny Kong's power-ups as soon as I can. It might not be till I hit World 3, though, that I get the one that I want. Because, although in fairness, I have seen the... Oops, that's wrong. I do want, actually, to use Diddy Kong for a moment. Because there is one thing I want to get with Tiny pretty soon. But I will be just going around the world here, making sure I get all things as I come across. That was about me getting hit. So, yes, there are purple coins there, which I will get. And also the purple, I think they're, yeah, purple Kasplat, I think is their name. So I will make sure to go get some coins here real quick. After I do this. And then, of course, I gotta pay a visit here with every Kong to get their next power. So, now Diddy Kong gets one of my favorite things to use. A darn jetpack! And of course, a lot of the jetpack-based applications are minigames where you have to fly through things. Get ready to see either how good or how terrible I will be when I'm using them. Now, I do want to, again... Oops. Quickly go back here and get things. I'll get all my watermelons back when I hit the tag barrel. I'm fine. Aha! Delayed hitboxes! My favorite. Now there's the Chunky barrel there. So once I come back to this world with Chunky, I'll definitely be visiting there in a moment. Now I did also get Warp Pad 3, so I'll just follow the trail of bananas here for a little bit. Triple knockout. Okay, coins for Donkey Kong. It's coins for Diddy Kong. Yes, I think that's a Chunky barrel, so I'm gonna skip that for now. So again, it was like going back to the whole single banana thing. It was a row of 10 single bananas. And that's an easy way to not lose track. Because for any math aficionados out there, if you were to try to add up to 100 using only 5s and 10s, you would be very easy to keep track, because either you have to collect at least 25s or at least 10 10s, or some combination there in between. But of course, once you start adding 1s to the equation, it might be hard to keep track sometimes. So getting 10 of one thing is helps it be easier to keep track. Alright, and now Donkey Kong. Seems like everyone's getting their barrel power up right now. So there we go. Strong Kong. So yeah, I kind of glossed over it a moment ago, but Tiny's power is, to her namesake, lets her get tiny and go into places where you have to be small to get in. And Donkey Kong can go into his barrel, and he will become invisible and invincible. And of course, now I have to keep track of my stock of golden coconuts, which are these things here. Alright. So now, if you remember the llama, who was like, my freedom lies in the clouds, let's go to the clouds! Let's see if I remember this. Eventually, these are going to start getting more maze-like. And a lot more automatic. The one thing I hate is when they put objects that I have to collect in these things. It's hard to keep track sometimes. But there we go. I have now freed the llama! Oh, thank you! All I got is this old banana. Take it! I'm off for home! Whee!
Oh, banana!
There we go. And a bunch of weapon switches. Oops, forgot. Don't have to go around the back for this specifically. Well, we're definitely going to pay a visit to the Llama Temple here. Because Kong number 4 is also imprisoned here. Lanky Kong. Who's there? Can you come here and give me a hand? Oh, don't worry. I will. Alright, so I just have to quickly explore kind of around here. There we go. Yes, you are the difficult one. Alright. Now I think this... Yes, our sleepy llama friend here is just... Oh, you woke me up? Hang on, I just need to spit into this lava. Aw, you turned the lava into llama spit. But at least now I can go underneath. Alright. And, oh, I was hoping that was a bank shot. Try again. Aha! Bank shot. Into myself, no less. Okay, does that do something? Yes. That opens... Okay, so that opens up that way. Something that I will need DK's new barrel ability to get. But as we are continuing to explore here... Oops. Wrong way. Have to get all the single bananas, you know? Once again, just being able to keep track of them. And of course, within this area here is actually a bunch of... well, not a bunch, just a couple of warp pipes. Or, not warp pipes, what am I thinking, Mario? Warp pads. Okay, so... Oops. Ah, yes. So once I free Lanky here, I am actually going to make a minor detour out of World 2. Because as you can see, floating in there is a... there's a little sparkle going on in there. And another one of the collectibles of the world is the banana fairies. But of course we can't just go find them and, like, literally, like, bring them back to the place. No, we have to snap them into a special banana camera. Oops. Okay. But hey, that was plain and simple. Lanky Kong is now in our party. And he will collect all the blue bananas. There we go, another golden banana in our possession. Now, I will have to pay a visit here at some point as Lanky. But again, I will do that when the time is right. Oops. I made the same mistake I did last time. Okay, now what was up here? Was this Tiny? That is Lanky, actually. Okay. Okay, so we've got a couple of blue bananas for Lanky. Once again, I will do those once I come back here for real. But right now, I'm doing a pretty good job of getting all the things as Donkey Kong, so I'm going to continue doing that for a hot minute. Okay, blue bananas up in the trees. I will have to remember that. Just belt everything. Alright, now let's have a look here. Anything new? No. So sometimes you don't get anything from the stores unlocked per level for every Kong. It's a mix sometimes between like some Kongs, mostly the newer Kongs that join your party, and all the other stuff in between. Now, is this not unlocked right now? Okay. So I will have to start doing some things in order to get other places. But I am just going to continue here as DK for a little bit. Okay, Snide over there. I definitely want this. I will take care of that in just a minute. There we are. So once again, just having to pay attention to your banana count. Since I was not ending on a 5 or a 0, I was like, where are the remaining bananas? That's where they are. Now then, I did find a thing over here for DK. Let's use it. Invincible Kong! Ability to use your crystal coconuts, and what is it? C left. Okay. Time to run. Or in this case, kick. So this lets me travel across the hot sand without taking damage. Oops. But of course, if I get rid of it early, I will take damage. Alright. Mini game time. Welcome to bonus stage. Now, this one isn't terrible. So these enemies here, which are pretty typical for anything that's like a stealthing minigame. They're flashlights. If you get caught by them, the minigame is instantly over and you'll have to try again. Simple in concept. Thankfully, this is only one of the early stages of it, so it's not too difficult. The later ones are certainly going to pose their own challenge for sure. There are some minigames that I know are going to drive me up a wall. And all I have to do is say the word beaver, and I'm certain I've unlocked a few bad memories from some people. Okay. So as you saw there, there was a Diddy balloon of red bananas. I don't want to forget that is in there. So we're just going to go quickly get it. And as is typical with Warp Pad 5, it typically gets unlocked from doing stuff like this. Like if you remember in World 1, there was a... The fifth warp pad appeared when I did... There we go. When I did Diddy's switch in the hill and got the banana up at the top. That is kind of just typical of a lot of fifth warp pads. Okay. Now that I got Mini Monkey, should probably get a few things for Lanky. Although I could just do a few things here while I am present. So we just gotta bash a few gongs. We gotta use our Curtis Cranium ability. Now, while I'm also thinking of it, yes, I did remember to think to look on top of the trees. More bananas. Come on, I can jump. I can hit these trees. More bananas. More bananas. Yeah, Diddy Kong's almost got everything from this world. Just pretty surprising. There we go. Now we raise up this tower. Oh yeah, this is also one of my least favorites. Okay, so I do have to get my way up there. Which, we can just use this conveniently placed tree, which has more bananas in there. I will have to remember that. Oops. And... oops. Oh, we got a banana medal out of that at least. Alright. Time to fly! Thankfully, I can be pretty good at controlling it when I don't have to be, like, super specific. Comedic landings are always funny. Now give me a watermelon. Now, a fun question for anyone listening in. What's your favorite fruit? I'm always, like, my favorite, I typically like, strawberries, actually. Strawberries are one of my favorite fruits. Okay. 2. Okay. I think we'll get... That's a fly challenge here in a moment. Oh. Rat! Now the problem is I landed, so I think it's going to declare that I automatically failed the minigame. Oh, freedom! Thanks, Diddy. If you fancy a test of your flying skills, come and see me at the jet barrel barrel. Oh, thank goodness it wasn't an immediate fail. And I did that. Now, that is a cool thing that it's not common in a lot of early games. It's like things happening independently off screen. Like you can see that our buzzard friend here is flying after I released him and just is flying to the destination in question, but you can actually watch the flight. Okay, well thankfully we got infinite crystal coconuts. Gives me a moment, but I have to be on point. Yeah, here we go. So one tip that I go for is to use one of the Jetpack's not often used abilities, which is to let Diddy hover in spot. It actually kills a lot of your downward momentum, which is the thing that does screw you over quite a bit. So if I just get into position, I can do a better job at controlling my height. Oh, is that good? Nice flying, Diddy. Now let's see what I can find you as a prize. Oh, thank goodness. It wasn't too difficult. Later levels are going to be a real challenge. There we go. Now then. You don't go back to your cave. Okay. So, yeah, Diddy Kong only has one more golden banana outside of the blueprint. Alright, well I got 14 to go. Chances are I'll see those in a little bit. Now then, I was going to now make a trip back to the overworld for the banana camera. But we're going to say hello to Lanky. Hello, Lanky. Blue bananas ahoy. Also 5 more golden bananas. And thankfully, spawn with a few already. So another potion. We already get Lanky's first power, which is... yeah, I think it's his handstand climbing ability. Orang stand. Or orange stand. I'll be honest, I always read that as orange stand and not orang stand, because Lanky is technically an orangutan. But now Lanky can just go ahead and palm walk. Oh yeah, there are the banana balloons here that I should get before I forget. Donkey Kong, come on out. Need you to shoot a few targets. Oh, looks like another banana medal ahoy. There we go. You know, if I wanted to, actually, I think I've got all the bananas I need to take down the boss of the world. So I think I'm going to go ahead and do that. You know, be a little bit more practical. So, eat! Eat everything! That is one thing I'm glad a lot of modifications to the game did speed up. It's like, it does get repetitive. Like, that is one thing I will say that is a thing against DK64. There is a lot of repetition, or repetitive actions at the very least. It, like, I know it is a thing of the times, but definitely we've come a long way. Alright, well this time, Diddy Kong, you will be facing the boss. Now go and face your fate. I don't know why, just I always like those little like one-lines that build up the right amount of tension. Like you hear that dramatic one-liner that just like you know exactly how to feel like this is about to be a really big thing you're about to do or battle. And speaking of big, hi Dogadon. Why is it always fire? So it's always 5 fireballs per section. And 1 barrel to the face. You gotta imagine how much that sucks, though, just constantly getting dunked into lava. Thankfully, this version of Dogadon, and I say version because there is going to be another boss fight with Dogadon in the future, this is the easy version, and I mean the very easy version. The other version, I have some really painful memories of, and I'm certain I'll go into those when the time comes. But for now, we just have to deal with this. 5 and move. 5 and move. Land. And... oh, what? That didn't count? I gotta throw you a little closer then. Having to go through 4 flurries of fireballs from Dogadon? I thought that was just a myth. I thought that was like an impossible thing. Get a little closer this time. What? The 5th flurry of fireballs? What is up with this? I'm gonna have to have the barrel like ready to go. So 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. That's like a fun challenge unto itself. How many flurries of fireballs can you survive before you lose all your health? But there we go. That is boss number 2. Now, the reason I've decided to do that now, as you can tell, we have got the... we have the second boss key, so now we can unlock the next set of levels. And that also means that we can unlock the final Kong. Good old Chunky Kong. Oh, hold on. Oh, I gotta do the... I gotta have Diddy bash his head against the gongs again? My goodness. We are gonna take care of this now. But we can get Chunky Kong, and then with all Kongs, we can go and take care of everything in the first world, and kind of just start systematically making our way through the first levels again. Oh, actually, nope, I will not be able to get that right now, because I do not have Tiny's next ability. But that's fine. I did say that I was going to be getting something as Tiny, so I guess that saves a little time. But I also don't have... Oh, I could have just made that a little easier for myself, but oh well. Who's to say I can't just make a quick return trip over here at one point? But we're going to one of my favorite locations in the game, because going back to the topic of music, this music is awesome. Banana Fairy Isle. And now we shall become Tiny Kong. And in we go. So now the Banana Fairy Queen is like, oh no, all of the other little banana fairies are gone. Please help me get them all back. And of course, it's like, here, we have to incorporate this new feature of the N64, which is taking photographs. So now we have a banana camera. And also, and this is one of the other things I really wanted to get to, is the shockwave attack. So there we go. We are both with camera and with shockwave. Now, besides being a powerful attack unto itself, it does allow me to do one other thing as well. And it's a really, really good thing. So we just have to pay attention to that little chime in the background. And there we go. And of course, every time we snap a picture of a banana fairy, we get a refill on ammo and items. As well, it does, for the fun of old era N64 games, it also unlocks bonuses and cheat codes. I will naturally be using none of them in the game, but it is a very, very cool thing that you can do. Alright. Gaylumsy, I have another key. It is time to free another lock. Now the cool thing is that this unlocks 2 worlds. One of my favorites and one of my least favorites. So we will be making our way up K. Rool's little mechanical island here. And eventually into the watery depths as well. So there we go. Now, let's go. We've got a Chunky to save. Now, another thing as well with my my story of I was never smart enough to change the brightness setting on my old television. I always hated going onto K. Rool's little mechanical island here because it was always so dark. And then I also, this is gonna sound funny considering my my channel name is all about like talking about thunderstorms, like Rystorm Gaming, Thunderstorm Gaming. I used to not like thunderstorms. I hated like the quick flashing lights, the noise and rumblings of thunder. Like I used to not like it. But as I grew older, I'm like, hey, you know what? Like get past all that and thunderstorms are actually kind of cool. So it's funny how things change throughout the years. All right. Another little cutscene here. Oh, I think this is, yeah, Diddy Kong gets to be a little funny. There's one of them Kongs. Get him. Whee! Catch me if you can. Hey, this kid's quick. What's that thing on his back? Come on. And boom. I don't know why. Just that kind of humor is really funny to me. All right, well, we are now in Frantic Factory. We won't be here for long, but we are here nonetheless. And there's Chunky.
Help me! Chunky doesn't like heights!
Oh, we'll get you out soon, bud. Don't worry. So I think... just gonna get these now while I'm thinking of it. Yeah, Snide's over here in a separate room. This is when the difficulty starts to get a little tougher. Okay. So these enemies here, you have to use... Oh, good, that triggered. You have to use explosions from your grenades or your musical instrument to actually take them out. There we go. There we go, get out of the way before I take a hit. So we get them. I think the shockwave also counts too. Now, I will have to leave these here, because I don't think I have an easily accessible tag barrel. This is the quick way down. With slight pains included. Okay, yes, definitely gonna have to pay a visit as Donkey Kong at some point. Because really, again, I am just here to get Chunky and get out. So I am bypassing a lot of things right now. There we go, and then we just go over here. Okay. Now then. Now this time we have to use Lanky to save someone. And good thing we have the ability of palm walking. Okay, Chunky, we're freeing you. Oh good, no damage. Chunky free now. Thank you, friend Lanky. Chunky can collect green bananas. Me wait at tag barrel. Alright. And... banana! Alright. With that out of the way, we have all 5 Kongs ready to go, and the game has registered us at World 3. Now this is something that I like as a concept. It's when, like, because games have to naturally keep track of events that have happened throughout the game. So they do, they set things what are called flags. So the game has to be able to keep track of, like, things you've done, places you've been, events that have happened, your furthest progression, things like that. And the game will set all these flags up to make sure... Okay, so that is Lanky. Also, big toss. Should I go back to World 2? That might actually be a smart idea for me. Just to get some instruments. But the game will keep track with flags. So, in order, we'll just use this example because it's my my favorite way to go about it. So, the ability for Cranky to give you abilities from his lab. He can't just naturally give you every ability that you can get in the game. So the game has to be like, okay, how far have you been? And depending on how much progress that you've done, that's the selection of power-ups that can be offered. Also, this is the thing I wanted the shockwave for. Hey, Chunky, that's a special coin you've picked up. It gives 5 coins to each Kong. And this is going to be the thing that gives me all the money I need for the game. It's these DK mounds. I'll be honest, for the longest time, I did not know that the shockwave could break those mounds and give you coins. But it gives Chunky the ability to purchase things right now without having actually found a single green coin. It gives me the Hunky Chunky ability. Also completely messes with his body anatomy. Okay, so that's another barrel power-up. And I could get his next one. But the one thing I definitely want to get is instruments for Lanky and Chunky, just to get them. Because I don't think World 1 is going to have any other musical power-ups. There was the one in the lobby, which is kind of why I want to get it. But other than that, it shouldn't be too bad. So, we'll make our way up. Oh, actually, I could have gotten... What part of the island is this under? Oh, very close, right? Oh, good. This is right by the third warp pad, which is what I did want to get, eventually. Now, there's another ammo switch there, but that is Chunky's, and I do not have Chunky's shooter weapon. So, it'll take me a hot minute, but I will get there eventually.
Oh, Chunky!
Here's another fun question for any Donkey Kong aficionados out there. Who is your favorite Kong? Now again, I am definitely partial to Tiny and Dixie for my love of just being able to like float, jump everywhere. But I do typically like to play as Donkey Kong whenever it does come to playing with Kongs in any video games. So let me know what your favorite Kongs are. Okay, but we've supercharged everyone's wallets, which is great. So everyone should have all their power-ups that they need here, but I am only going to be here temporarily. Also, I think that's the first time ever that I have gotten that message for, hey, you've got 5 golden bananas, when arriving in a world, because I typically switch right away at that point. Okay, plain and simple, not so bad. But I will have to come back here with a shooter. But first, I want an instrument. And of course, for the biggest Kong of the bunch, we get a triangle. One thing I always do like, in any form of media, it's elements of juxtaposition, or two things that together don't seem like it would work, and somehow I'm like, this is the coolest thing ever. So like big people using little instruments, or like tiny people using like gigantic instruments and just like, you know, like being the best at it. Like that's just one stretch example, but it is something that I do like. Okay. Also, I do not want to forget this. There we are. Now DK's only got one more golden banana, and thankfully I do remember where that is. It is going to be in another one of those multiple people type of areas. But here we go with another instrument. And of course, having gotten very few coins, Lanky is already decked out with money. Now, fun factoid, actually. When I was going through high school, I did take music for a few grades. It didn't go any further than a few grades. Did play in our high school band for a few years, but again, didn't really last too long. But my instrument of choice was actually the trombone. So, as someone who has played the trombone before, I like that instrument. Now that I'm here, let's go. And we'll get the thing that definitely requires me to do that. Now, if I really just want to have some fun with this, one-hit knockout on everything that's in the area. Now, of course, I definitely need to get the thing. There we go. Well, we've already taken care of that, and thankfully, we have a quick way out of the levels. So, with that, we'll definitely leave that there, because I still need Tiny's ponytail twirl. Luckily enough, I can actually get that power-up now. Again, with the story flags that the game sets. Now having been to World 3, I am now allowed to buy World 3 power-ups, which does give me Tiny's Ponytail Twirl when I eventually buy it from Cranky. I will get there eventually. But first things first here. Boulder Toss! That is a fun way to go about it. Now we have another pad here. Now sometimes simple is best, you know? You just play an instrument and you summon a bird that has a golden banana. Just like that. Now, cool thing is that every location in the game has 25 golden bananas, and every Kong can collect 5. So, 25 times 8, that's 200, plus the secret 201st banana before anyone is like, there's actually 201. And it's an easy way to keep track. It's, again, just I like seeing the numbers go up and keeping track. Now then, we will continue our exploration of Jungle Japes with all the other Kongs on the next episode, because I've been going here for a little bit, and it'll be nice to start Jungle Japes fresh after all the exploration of Angry Aztec. So don't worry, on the next episode, we will continue the adventure proper and continue the collection of all the things. All the things. I will get all the things. So with that being said, thank you very much for watching today. I hope you are enjoying this playthrough. Again, it is going to be a lengthy endeavor, but the adventure is something I find very fun, and I hope you will come back and continue the adventure with me. So with that being said, thank you very much for watching today. I hope you enjoyed. Take care, stay safe, and have a good day.